Hello, Civil Critics, this is Crimson, and you're watching some Dishonored. Now, pick up where I left off after seeing off Pendleton. We've got great old High Overseer Martin on our shoulder with us, unconscious, and we're gonna go save Emily from Lord Regent Haverlock, the old admiral who betrayed us. Two Burrows Lighthouse. Martin, you better come with me. Alright, so we gotta give him a piece of our mind about how he's been handling things. Martin, are you gone? Oh, I think you're gone, Martin. Well, we're just gonna assume that he got thrown down the elevator. Yeah? You know what? What did happen to you, Martin? Martin? I can't go back for you. Well, who knows then? Oh, and more guys. Hello, more guys. I still have a ton of things to use. Okay. Well, let's stab everyone in slow-mo. Alright, running along. I think I'm gonna need a potion early. Should we gather? Yes, we should. Gather it all. Every single one of it. Gather it. Whatever it is. Okay, anyone else? Burrows Lighthouse? Is Burrow in? Enter Lighthouse, rescue Emily? Any guards left around? No? Dialogue all over the place? No one? I don't know, people? People! I'm looking for you. I'd like to stab you. Place softly empty. Hey, pistol. Now what have we got here? Wine? City? Book? The Lighthouse? I think we've read that one already, actually. I guess new note? Guess not. Alright, well here you go. Be like all the lore and dialogue. It's there for you. Lore and dialogue. What? If you like reading books, there's a book for you. Ooh, and you can talk to people here. Ha! I'm Corvo. That's what I say to you, world. Are there any living people who need to be made to not living people? You had like 3 dudes guarding you, man. Log entry 7. It says log entry 6 right there, and 5. We could not have done any of this without Corvo, and for that, I would be grateful. But I fear he did not have the vision to see the future we must achieve for Dunwall. We will not maintain our grip on the Empire with a little girl setting policy, and I believe Corvo's loyalty to the Caldwin women would have clouded his head. Is she truly his daughter? Will we take Dunwall to the pinnacle of strength? But Corvo's role in this cannot ever be recognized. He must be vilified. And when I take the reins of the city, of the Empire, I will be seen as a hero and protector. Well, that was his last entry, and these are the rest of his entries that I believe, yeah, that you could have read while exploring the pub.
Done such things, cowardly things that I'm ashamed of. How could anyone ever forgive us? Would they, even if things are better? No, that's not how it works. Once the bureaucrats step in, everything gets muddy. If anyone ever knew, we'd all lose our heads for this. So no one could know. And could we ever control Emily with Corvo around? That's the question that sticks in my mind. We need to make our final move, and we need to make it cleanly. No loose ends. Only a few in the know. The ones with the most to lose.
The ones with the most to lose, yeah. That's a good way to manipulate people.
No! Let me go!
What?
Quiet! Move already, child!
You shot the maid? Why did you shoot the maid? Oh, I guess this guy just really likes shooting maids, huh? Is that your thing? Shooting maids? Also, look at that water effect. Nice. What's with this oil tank thing?
Let me go! I am the Empress!
Didn't you learn anything in your short life? Empresses are people. Stay where you are, Corvo, or I jump.
Corvo! Save me!
Quiet! He won't. Will you, Corvo? You had your chance to be a hero. In a minute, this will just be another bloody mess you've left behind. Did you want your honor back? To rescue the lady in distress? Oh no, Corvo. That's not you.
Sure isn't. Well, I wanted
I
it.
knew you would come. You're my hero. The others are all dead, aren't they? That's alright, because I was going to have them killed anyway. I am going to be Empress.
Well, there you go. Evil little girl. 65 people in that mission. That's, quite a lot of people. Read Havelock's journal and rescued Emily. I didn't find that last rune. Wouldn't have helped anyone. The end. High Chaos End.
What will history tell us? That the daughter of a murdered empress ascended the throne up a mountain of corpses, carried by an assassin named Corvo? No.
That's me.
They'll say that little Emily Caldwin I came to power in an age of terror and corruption, and that she did her best in a world that is not kind to little girls or empresses. But whether the stories told mention you by name or not, she will remember you were there, Corvo.
And there's one of your High Chaos endings. And here is your not High Chaos ending, your High Order ending.
And by the time she does, she'll be ours. She's young. Emily the First could reign for 60, 70 years if she's kept safe. Oh, what we could do in that time. Look how much we've changed the city already. The golden age is coming, and no one will ever know what I had to do for it. You won't tell, will you? This is all Martin's fault. We hadn't helped Corvo get out of prison. Corvo hadn't been so damn good at his job. We hadn't gotten greedy and afraid. Always too sure that was my problem. Never hesitated. Too sure of what I wanted. Too sure of what I wanted to do when other men stopped to consider. Saw it as a weakness. I know Corvo's coming for me just like he came for the others. Crossing the island below like it was nothing. It's only a question of how and when. But I'm lacking a countermove. It's all fallen apart. All the steps that led us here made sense. When I was young, I went to sea. Took command of a ship and made aimless men into sailors. Made a collection of boats into a navy. Then founded a conspiracy and almost led an empire. No compromise. Never showed mercy. Never showed weakness. And I showed the world what mattered. Will and vision. And not being afraid of getting dirty. And now, I'll lose it all to a man with a faster sword hand. Or is it that he has a slower sword hand? There's something wrong with the world. It'll make a good story for the history. I'll have a good epitaph. In his time, he commanded a noble lord, a high overseer, and an empress. The man who brought down a title. Admiral Havelock, son of the High Ocean.
Drinking even to the end. Good Admiral. Wanna have a nice chat? No, have a nice nap. How about that? So, what happens in this ending, or at least in the events that played out with very, very few murder, Admiral Havelock still betrays me. Although, as opposed to that high cast where they were infighting amongst themselves, they were quite happy with it. Except Havelock had decided to murder Lord Pendleton and good old Martin. We'll have to decide his fate. But what we'd like to show you is the actual ending of Emily. That's not up there, it's down here in this room.
Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is he going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
So, low chaos, never detected, never killed anyone, and rescued Emily.
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin I will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is, with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension, comes a golden age, brought about by your hand. And decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.
And that's a low chaos ending. High order ending. So, as you can see, there wasn't too much difference. Although my choices did have impact. And that are definitely in the missions, your moral choices will change the way you can play the missions more stealthily, or there's going to be more enemies on patrol, more traps set up, and then a lot of different dialogue options can happen. And even when I first started that mission, you noticed that Sam just passed along, just rided into the waves and at his demise. But if my chaos was even a little bit higher, he would have sent off a shot to have warned the guards of my arrival. So you can get all kinds of different effects on your missions and gameplay, and even the story from your moral choices in this game. I definitely like this experience, although I spent most of my time goofing around and just murdering people with all sorts of fun tools that they created in there. But you can play this game completely stealthily, never being spotted, never killing anyone. It's quite a feat to accomplish, and a very nice song at the end. I really love the options for gameplay, and I really love the way they let you move around the world with the teleportation, being able to climb on things by using the double jump or just going to a ledge, climbing up there. Multiple ways to approach almost every objective. I mean, even playing through all Murdery, I was able to skip large portions of levels by jumping and teleporting or just finding a nice chain to grab onto. And then there was little side quests like with Granny Rags, with the brewery, and all that was almost entirely optional and had different ways you could resolve it, and that had different impact on how the game plays out. And of course you can play the game as a standard FPS where you just run around with your pistol shooting people, although they do limit that a little bit with resources like limited potions, which is non-generating health, with limited amount of ammo you can carry around, but there's fun ways to do that. And well, you could play the stealthy route, never getting caught, finding all the secret stealthiest pathways, waiting for the patrols to go by, walking past people, and just really maximizing your resources to not be seen, like bending time and running past people or teleporting past people so they can't see you. Or you could do a mix of both. And the game will change every time you play it through because of changed decisions. Lots of fun dialogue. The graphics and textures were actually pretty impressive for 2012 when it was released. A few of the textures were a little low res, but the lighting and shading, and had lots of effects put into it, and they definitely have a good precedent for a sequel if they decide to make one. This Arcane Studios fellows, although as any Bethesda published title can kind of to be expected of. Plenty of bugs. You know, like we were throwing people through walls, and sometimes our abilities weren't working just right, but it wasn't so noticeable to be unplayable. Just more comical than that. And yeah, a fun game. This music, very lovely, subtle. And the visceral nature of the sounds when you were doing the cut executions made them extra satisfying, or even the slow motion crossbow shots that could sever heads. So you can get a very bloody visceral experience if you so excited, or a very stealthily satisfying experience through the same sounds of listening to the dialogue, uninterrupted dialogue that you wouldn't get to hear if you run through Guns A-Blazing. So with that, I'm going to end this video here. I may even have a little bit more fun with this game since I enjoyed it so much. Thank you so very much for watching. And my hat is off to you.